Transit! How are we doing this morning, everybody? How are we doing knowing that school is coming this week? Oh my goodness, wow. I am so glad that you are excited. And I'm sure your parents are even more excited that you're starting school back. But guys, for those of you that I have not met yet, my name is Ashlyn, and I'm super excited that you're here today. Super excited that you decided to come to Transit and hang out with us because you guys are the best part of Transit, and you are why I love being here. So I hope that you have a great rest of your morning. But today we are kicking off this new series called Your Friends and Why They Matter, which is very timely placed with the fact that school is starting back literally this Thursday, which I learned this morning that it was this Thursday, and that's crazy. Because I obviously am not in school right now and I don't have kids, but I have known that school is coming because of Target. How many of you love the school section at Target? Anyone in here? Yes, these are my people. I love this section so much. Don't boo me. Target is the best. No hate, no hate. But guys, this section at Target, they set it up pretty early. I mean, they pretty much set it up approximately when you get out of school in May, but you really know that school is approaching when it starts to clear out because everyone goes back to school shopping. And I loved this so much because I wanted the best backpack, which typically I try to go with the trends, and that was a rolling backpack at one time, and now I look back and I'm like, mistakes were made. But then I also loved the notebooks, I loved the pens, the pencils. I was the kid who would want to like color coordinate or like pick particular patterns to go with each class that I had in school. So I loved when my parents were like, hey, we are gonna go back to school shopping. And then along with the supplies, I would always pick out a like first day of school outfit because I wanted to look my best. I wanted to step into school, especially my first year in middle school when it was a completely new territory for me. And I wanted to fit in from the get-go. And so I put all of this pressure into having the right materials or wearing the right outfit because I really wanted people to like me. But what I wasn't even realizing at the time is that I didn't really care who the people were that liked me. No, they could have been the best friends in the entire world, or they could have been some of the worst people to hang out with in the entire world. But I was so focused on what people thought about me that I didn't even care. And I think this is the case for so many of us because truth of the matter is that we want to be, and you can fill in the blank. We want to be included. We want to be popular. We want to be respected or admired. Maybe we want to be followed, whether in person or on social media. And so I think back to these shopping trips at Target, and I'm like, no, this is what was running through my mind the whole entire time. I was picking out what outfit I wanted because I wanted people to like me. I was picking out the supplies that I wanted because I wanted to fit in and I wanted to be popular. And I was so hung up on what other people thought about me that I didn't give any thought into who those people actually were. And the thing is, in middle school and beyond, the people that we let into our lives actually influence us. That's why there's such a thing called peer pressure. And so this morning, because this is something you will face literally this next week as you go into school, throughout this year and then for years to come, I want us to actually look at a piece of advice in the Bible in regards to who's in our corner and who's influencing us. And so we're going to look at the book of Proverbs today, which if you've been with us for the past couple weeks, you've been able to hear that we've actually talked a lot from this book. And it's written by a king named Solomon. And for those of you that haven't been here, a little backstory is that there was a time in Solomon's life where God gave him the opportunity to request anything in the world. And he said, hey, I want to be the wisest man because I want to lead my people well. And so God gave him all of the wisdom, and he actually wrote this book called Proverbs, which is just a compilation of all of this wisdom and all these pieces of advice. So I want you to see what he says in Proverbs 13, verse 20. He says, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. And to put it even a little bit more bluntly, as I read this, I started looking through other translations of the Bible of like, how does these translations, how do they word it? And this is what I found in the Message translation. And it says, become wise by walking with the wise, hang out with fools, and watch your life fall to pieces. Hang out with fools and watch your life fall to pieces. Guys, the people we surround ourselves with matters. Because you know this is true from your experience so far. If you are hanging out with foolish people who are unkind, who are disrespectful, who make bad decisions, you are going to watch your life fall to pieces. You are going to see that you have a broken life, because when those people are around you, influencing you, pressuring you, maybe you participate with them and then you get caught. Or maybe you were just in their presence and you didn't even do anything wrong, but you get caught. Or you participate with them and you don't get caught, but then you still carry around this guilt and this shame of this secret that you're holding because you know you shouldn't have done that thing. Or you're putting yourself with them so much that you begin to forget who you actually are because you're just trying to be someone that those people approve of and that those people want to be around. And before you know it, you've been trying so hard to be liked, to be admired, to be followed, to be respected, however you filled in the blank earlier. You've been trying so hard at that, but your life is just falling into pieces, and you're actually just left with this narrative. A narrative of, I'm not good enough. And that's what's ringing in your head over and over and over. Because as hard as you try, you don't necessarily fit in with them. And then you take a step back and you're like, I don't even know if I'm a good person anymore because of how I've been trying to act, and I've lost myself in this process. And so it brings about this narrative of I'm not good enough, and it just leads to insecurity and anxiety. And you're wondering how in the world you got there. But that's not what I want for you this school year. And so I want us to actually look back at the verse, and Solomon gives us the answer to it at the beginning. He says, you become wise by walking with the wise. In the same way that being around foolish people would influence you to make bad decisions, when you are hanging around wise people, you're going to be influenced to make good decisions. And wise people would be the people around you that are kind and respectful, the people that include anyone as opposed to pushing others to the side. They're the people that will laugh with you, will smile with you. They won't put any pressure on you to be someone that you're not supposed to be. These are the people that you want to be around. Because whether you realize it or not, your friends actually determine the direction and quality of your life. Your friends determine the direction and quality of your life. And notice this is twofold here. They determine the direction because they are going to influence the decisions that you make on a daily basis. Whether it's what to wear or what to buy, or it's how to treat people, like your friends and your teachers, your siblings, your parents. The people you hang around and talk with the most, they will influence those decisions. But then it goes a step farther, and they will also influence the quality of your life, because when you are making bad decisions, that leads to a life full of more fear and anxiety or guilt or shame, because you know that that's not what you're supposed to be doing. But if you're willing to be with those wise friends who help you make good decisions, then you are going to have a life full of more peace and joy and hope, because of the good decisions that you are making. And that's what I want for y'all. But as we head into this school year, I want to give you a picture of what this looks like. You are going to be around people this school year, and maybe already in your life, that you would consider red flag friends, which, yes, this is pink, but we're just going to pretend that it's red. Is everyone good with this? Yes, thank you so much. Our red friends. Red is the new pink. These are the people that don't make good decisions. They're the people that are the fools that we were just talking about. You guys know who these people are. Then you also are going to be around people that would be like yellow flag friends. So sometimes they're doing what's good. Sometimes they're doing what's bad. These are people that typically just follow whoever is in front of them. And so it's kind of hit or miss on how they're doing and how they're treating people. And then you also have your green flag friends. These are the friends that you know you can trust, that are going to help you make good decisions, that are going to support you, that are going to cheer you on in the things that are good for you. And so you have these buckets of people that you will interact with. But in reality, these groups of people don't always just stay separate. No, when it comes to you, we're going to pretend that this is you. Your life is actually a little bit more of a mixture of them. You're around some people that maybe don't make the best decisions. You're around some people, run away, that sometimes are good, sometimes are bad. And then you have these people that you know you should be hanging around with more because they're the ones who are going to influence you to make good decisions. And as you go into middle school, thank you, this is going to be more of what it looks like. There's going to be a mixture. And so my challenge to you this morning is, as you go to small group, as you go into this week, I want you to kind of take inventory of what your friends in life look like right now. Do you have more green flag friends than red flag? Or maybe you're surrounded by people that are more of the yellow flag and y'all kind of do whatever seems to be the popular thing at the time. And I want you to really focus on this, because whoever is filling up your life, whoever you are surrounding yourself with most, guys, that's who you're going to become like. And that is who is going to determine the direction and the quality of your life. So in just a few moments, you're going to go to small group. You're going to get to unpack this a little bit more, and I would encourage you to be honest. Now, I don't want you to go into small group and call the other people out in your group. No. That wouldn't be good at all. No Transit is a safe place to talk about anything, but I do want you to talk about as a group what it would look like to have friends that influence you for the better. And then my next encouragement to you is to come back next week, because our good friend Lauren is going to be speaking, and she's going to give you some practical advice on how to actually choose and surround yourself with those good friends. Because I want you guys to have an amazing school year. I want you to be set up for success, and I want you to have the best life that God has intended for you. So let me pray for us, and then I have one more question for y'all. God, I thank you so much for this day, and I thank you for these students. I thank you that they are a part of Transit, and I ask that you would keep them coming back to Transit, and that they would even bring friends to Transit, because it is truly the best place to be, because we get to be together and we get to learn more about you. I know that they are starting school this week, and there's probably so many different emotions along with that, excitement, anxiety, and I ask that you would be with them in every part of it. And I ask that you would give them the wisdom and the clarity to choose good people in their life this year, and that they would rally together as a small group to make that happen. And so I thank you so much for who you are to us and what you've done for us. In your name I pray, amen.